All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. I'd also like to give double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone that do rule well. And I would like to say peace and salutations to the Lord's elect, to the hopeful elect in 1/3. And Adon Ratazah, this lesson will be edifying as well as exhorting to the sincere sheep of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash, and the Wada Abanawi Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash for giving me the inspiration to do this lesson. And at the moment, I do have it titled From SSN to Motb. So, I'm not sure if that's going to be the title for the lesson, but that's pretty much what I want to talk about in this lesson specifically, and go into some history, and go into some history surrounding the current situation that we're in right now. So I could just give me a moment. I'm also, I want a scripture just came to mind. So let me grab that real quick. So this lesson is only for the sincere sheep. All right. This lesson, yes, is pertaining to the Motb because we are in the times of a new economic system replacing the old system. Hence why they call it a new world order. Now, real quick, I'm just going to get this lesson is only for the believers. All right. There's a lot of Israelites that do not teach about the Motb. And at that, they do not teach about the Motb being the, the C-hip. Okay. The cash being replaced. They kind of dance around it. But, a lot of doctrine is going to change as prophecy is manifesting, if you will. This is 1 Corinthians 14 and 22. It says, wherefore tongues are for a sign, not to them that believe, but to them that believe not. But prophesying serveth not for them that believe not, but for them that believe. So this is only for the sincere sheep. This is only for the hopeful elect. This is only for you that believes in the prophecy as we do and are waiting. Okay, we are waiting on prophecy to take place. So I want to share some information surrounding history during the Great Depression of the 1930s. And if you didn't know, what came out of the Great Depression was a new system to track its citizens, and that was through the SSN, or Social Security Number. And the word social, okay, let me show you that real quick. It means to be united. Okay, so this is how he's going to attempt to unite the world under a world government, or one world government, is by introducing a system that everyone can be upon. Okay, it says social. Okay, when you go down to it, look, of companionship, of allies, right here, united. All right, look, marriage. All right, he wants to merge you with this new system. So when you had the Great Depression in the 1930s, what he did to help bring back trust, I got a lot of facts. What he did, he introduced the Social Security Act, which then introduced a number to individuals in America where they could be tracked in the essence, I'm doing air quotations, in the essence to help you get all the money that you need. Wrong. Okay, this is his first step of merging everyone on a system. We all have a social security number. Okay, we all have one. So that social security number is how he can track you, but you can only be tracked with that number if you put that number into a job, put that number into a bill, put that number to a lease, then your identity pops up. So how is he going to be able to track people in today's time or in real time? By the Motb system. Okay, and how can everyone buy and sell collectively? By an Motb system. But what he's doing is the same playbook. Okay, the same way how he introduced the Social Security number during the Great Depression, you can see him introducing an Motb system, or Motb plant. All right, and you to fix the situation or the birthing pains and financial issues that Babylon will ultimately be facing, as well as the rest of the world, because the Great Depression affected the whole entire world. So I got a lot of facts for you. So let's just go through them. Okay, so this is going to be more of a educational lesson surrounding this information. So I asked, does Social Security number help identify Americans? While SSN is often used to identify individuals in Babylon, it is not a defective proof of citizenship. We didn't ask about citizenship. We wanted to know if this is how you identify an individual. So you can be identified by a number. Okay, you can be identified by a number. It is primarily used to track an individual's work history and earnings for Social Security purposes, right? So for your united with the system purposes. So it tracks you, okay? It tracks you. It collects your data, okay? And this system came out during the Great Depression, okay? So now let me walk it down. Here we go. So I went into this. I said, show me a timeline. And yes, I also am using Chat GPT, but I only ask it I'm only asking it in particular things. I'm not asking it to show me a cat on a boat. Okay. I'm asking it biblical, social, economic questions. All right. So I said, show me a timeline in the Great Depression until the SSN card. The timeline from the Great Depression, okay, is said from the stock market crash. Now, did you know the stock market crashed on, I believe they call it Black Thursday in 1929? That was based off like rumors, word of mouth. So you can easily see how that can take place again. You got all this TikTok, you got all this information. They look out the window, it's dark. They don't know what's up. Should I buy? Should I sell? Should I cash out my 401k? Should I go to the bank and take out my money? So what's happening right now is basically the same thing that happened in the 1930s, if you will. All right. So then it says, let me see. From the stock market crash of 1929 to the implementation of the Social Security Act in 1935. So it was about 6 years, okay, of tribulation, up and down and woes. And was there also a war? Let me see this. What was it? I know it ended in 1945. I think there was a second war going on. World War II. Let's also put Great Depression. Look at this. So you also had the Great Depression, a severe global economic downturn lasting blah, blah, blah. To the 39 was a period of high unemployment, economic hardship that significantly impacted the world before World War II began. Okay, so you had a Great Depression before the Second War came to pass. While the Depression began before the war itself significantly impacted the global economy, helping to end the Depression by creating jobs and demand for goods. And this is what he's going to do. So now if you want to wrap your head around how the Motb is going to be implemented, you got to look at it just like this. So you're going to have economic issues, economic downturns, you're going to have scarcity, lack of bread, and then you're going to have ways of him saying he can fix it, all in the midst of World War II. Do you know during World War II, there was also racial riots? During World War II, there was also FEMA camps. During World War II, there was also rationing of food. Okay, they called them Patriot points. What was it called? Let me look this up. It could be World War I, but let's see. World War II ration points. There it is. Ration points. Look at this. During World War II, ration points or ration stamps were used in Babylon and the Beast, UK, to control the distribution of scarce goods, particularly food, during the war effort. So there's going to be a lot of panic. There's going to be a lot of lack of bread. There's going to be a lot of what people have been used to on excess being taken away. Okay, so you can wrap your head around how you can see the Motb system coming, and how it's going to take place is through much tribulation. This is Acts 14:22. So for the believers out there, just understand, just know, all right, remember the black horse, it says a day's wage for a quart of barley. So yes, this place is going to experience inflation. It's going to experience lack of bread, but what it's going to do is put people in a position to accept whatever he has to help their current situation. And that mercy from the wicked is going to be cruel. All right. This is Acts 14:22, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith. So you have to continue in the faith as this is all taking place, as a greater depression is coming. Now let's actually ask that real quick. is a greater depression. Oops. Let me see. Depression is a greater depression upon us. Oh, let me see. Yeah, depression coming. Let me get that. Excuse my spelling. Coming is a greater depression coming. Let's ask. While the exact timing and severity are uncertain, some sources suggest that a major economic downturn, possibly a Great Depression, is likely to occur in the 2030s. This place, you don't got till 2030s, and you're already at 2025. Okay, you're already at 2025, so you can see how this can happen out on Ratazah before the 2030s, and to boot 1930s, 2030s, that's less than 100 years. This is why it says the third woe cometh quickly. The second woe ended in 1945. We are not in the year 2045. So the second world war is less than 100 years, and a greater depression can be upon us in less than 100 years. Okay? So let's get going back, and we're going to break it down, though. Okay? This is why they made certain foods, Hoover soup. You're going to have Trump toast. Okay, so there's going to be a lot of things happening, and these Babylonians are going to lose their mind, but he's got to break them. He's got to put them down in this low position so that they're willing to accept whatever he has to fix it. Okay, Acts 14:22, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must, through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of Yahweh. So there's going to be a lot of tribulation as the days grow closer towards the end, but this is what's needed to implement a new system to fix the economic downturn. This is why John the Revelator saw people buying and selling with a mark, okay? He saw them buying and selling with a mark. So this prophecy is based off economy, okay? Just like the Social Security number. Why was the Social Security card created? It was created during the Great Depression to bring back trust to the people that they can help unemployed Americans, help elderly Americans, and also help you not go through a financial downturn again. Yeah, right. Okay, Amalek has been ruling the banking system since 1654. They know exactly what they are doing. And to prove that, let's go down here. Let me press back. I like to post pretty much like economy, like economic situations, facts. So look at this right here. Imagine playing Monopoly and never buying any assets or investments that generate income. That's the average American today. We do not have the financial resources to buy any assets unless we sell out, get a 501c3, and get tax exempt. We do not have any investments that we can generate income. Imagine you just went around collecting $200. That's literally what you do. You get your paycheck, and that's it. You get your $400, $500, and then that's it. Giving your money to the rich, yep, and trying to stay out of jail. That is how most people live their life. Exactly. This is how it's been set up. So now, as you have tribulation, now as you have prophecy, lack of bread, okay, now you have to understand that this is going to put the squeeze on the economy so that it breaks, so that it pops. He wants the economy to crash, okay, just like during the Great Depression. You always got to look what came out of that. When you think about 911, what came out of it, though? Not just Woogie Boogie Ishmael, right? What came out of it? The Patriot Act, TSA, things of that nature. Okay, so you got to look at past the tariffs. What's going to come from this? What's going to come from the scarcity, the economic instability? Okay, the financial instability. Did Social Security cards become created after the Great Depression? Yes, SSN cards were created as a result of the Social Security Act of 1935, and it says, what did it do? The purpose was to provide financial security. See? So the mercies of the wicked is cruel. All right. Now the dollar's dwindling. The power in the dollar's dwindling. So what is he going to do to the public or to the world to regain trust in his system? He's going to create a new system, and then he's going to implement a mark, okay, a new digital a new digital card. Okay, he's going to implement a digital social security, and that's going to have everything on it. Now, there's so much I want to give to you. So what I want to do first is bring this precept. Okay, this is Proverbs 12:10. A righteous man regardeth the life of his beast, but the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel. So this is very cruel, but this is prophecy. So this needs to happen. But you have to understand, people are going to be starving. They're going to be scarcity. Okay, it's going to get real scarce. All right, storehouses suddenly empty. So he's going to deplete the people so that they have to run to him. And when you think about it, that's like the curses when it says you should go to him for want of all things. Well, in the time of Jacob's trouble, everybody's going to want to go to him for want of all things, because he's letting all things get drained out. Then he's going to have, access to water, access to this, access to food. And then now for you to get that, there needs to be a way for you to register on this system, air quotes, so you don't experience this again. Hey, this devil, man, he's good. You got to give it up to him. Okay. But Yahweh Bashem El Shai, Bashem Rakakwadash is allowing us to wrap our head around and understand this prophecy. Okay. So now from there, what do I want to give you? So let's see. Let's go through this. This is a timeline. 1929, the Wall Street crash marks the beginning of the Great Depression. And when you look up the history why it crashed, a lot of it was word of mouth, rumors. Okay, so hey, that can play a part today. The depression deepens with widespread unemployment, grinding ceasing. Okay, what's going on right now? You have a lot of people that are being laid off by businesses. A lot of businesses are laying people off. Let's get that scripture. Okay, grinding. Okay, you heard Jake, grinding. So real quick, I want that point. Ecclesiastes, just like in the movie Fifth Element. Remember Zorg? He fired like 5,000 people or something like that. That's why Bruce Willis got fired. You are fired. Now, real quick, right here. Jeez. So let me go to this. Okay, look, Ecclesiastes 12:1. Remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth. So for the brothers and the sisters out there, you are now able to understand what's getting ready to happen. Okay, so now with you understanding it, you don't need to panic. You don't need to fret. You don't need to trip or bug out or act carnal. Okay, everyone is acting carnal right now. You don't have to act carnal. We're spiritual. So just because Babylon will experience a lack of bread, remember, Yahweh Shai said there would be famines, but we're still going to eat. Doesn't it say, my servant shall eat? It says, while the evil days come not. So the evil days are on the way. We can see it. The evil days are on the way. It says, nor the years draw nigh when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. Okay, now I want to jump down. In the days when the keepers of the house shall tremble, your financial advisors, okay, those suits, the big wigs, the number crunchers, okay, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease. So what caused Great Depression? Unemployment. Right now, you have an alarming rate of layoffs taking place. So the average American working class citizen is struggling. Okay, but he's doing this on purpose. It's prophecy at the end of the day, but you can follow the same playbook that he did in the 1930s, almost 100 years ago. All right, we can actually say less than 100 years ago, but pretty close, because right now, 1929, 2025, that's really close. All right, so a lot of people depend on their past go $200. So now what do you do when you can't afford to buy, when you can't afford, to purchase and provide for your family? You have to rely on the government. So he wants you to rely specifically on him. This is why he's beaten down the middle class of America so that he can get Americans to rely on him. This is why it says rich and poor. Okay. It says, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out the windows be darkened. But us, it's not dark unto us. Okay, we can actually see clearly now. The reign of confusion is gone. All right, we are able to see this. So now let me keep going. It says unemployment spread. Look, bank failures. I had misquoted yesterday at camp. I said 900,000. It was 9,000 banks that failed in 1930 to 1933. And a bank fails because of the lack of money. The average bank is based off fractional banking. So they do not have all the money that you think they have. This is why you don't hear about people robbing banks no more. Remember, they used to do that when we were little. It was always the bank robbery. People don't rob banks no more. Ain't no money in there. Everything's digital now. It says bank failure. Look, in poverty, okay, these are the beginning of sorrows. Is not Babylon faced and stricken with nothing but poverty like we've never seen? So in the midst of tribulation is when now he works. This is where he works. This is all ideally set up to create a new system, but he has to make you look at the old system as bad, taboo. It failed us. He's making the world think the old system is out of date. So to update and have a more secure system, it now has to be digital. Why do you think your social security card that's most important for you to do anything, for you to have a job, for you to have a citizenship, if you will? Why is it a flimsy piece of paper? You know, there's a reason behind all this. It's a reason behind all this. Now, let me see again. It said, I got so many points I want to make. Excuse me. The depression deepens with widespread unemployment, bank failures, and poverty. See? So he needs this system to look like it needs to be fixed. And that's what he's going to do. Hence why this is Job 5:12. He disappointeth the devices of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. Now I asked, is the word enterprise in Latin on the dollar bill? The word enterprise itself does not appear on the US dollar bill. However, there is a Latin phrase on the Great Seal of the United States that includes a word sometimes translated similarly, nunc coeptis, which means he approves our enterprise. See, they have an enterprise, they have an agenda, they have a new system that they want to implement on earth. But to do that, they have to crash the old system. So now these are the stages. You're going to have the tariffs, because did you know that tariffs were involved in the Great Depression as well? Did you know a trade war can cause a Great Depression? Okay. Do you know that pestilence can cause a Great Depression? What else? Oh, do you know that AI replacing millions and millions of jobs can cause a Great Depression? So now what does that leave its people? It leaves them begging, needing help. And who's going to be there? Edom, okay? Edom. He's coming to kill and destroy. He's killing the economy. He's killing the working class, and he wants to destroy this system to bring in a new one. But that new one is pertaining to prophecy. So now we have our head wrapped around how the Motb could be implemented. It can be implemented because of a downturn or economic woes, and how to fix the economy will introduce a new form of payment, okay? John 10:10, the thief, the rich man, right? The thief cometh not, but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. So this is his MO, okay? Steal, kill, destroy. He's killing the economy. He's killing the people. He's destroying the old way because he is being used to introduce a new system, a new enterprise, but we need this to happen so that the Motb can be instituted. Remember, the Motb is all circled around economy, social economy, okay? During the Great Depression, to fix it, he gave the American people a social security number. So during this Great Depression, what will be that new number? Now, I asked AI some other things. I did this. I said, can a SSN be replaced by RFID, blah, blah, blah. Technically, the Motb could store a SNN or serve as a unique personal identifier. Look, but replacing the SSN system entirely with a Motb is not practical, secure, or it's not currently supported by the government. But now what does it mean when it is? Okay. So let me see what else I got here. Let me see what else I got for you. Oh, then I did this. Show me the comparison between SSN and Motb. Here's some comparison, okay? So look at this. It says aspects, primary purpose, identity verification. What does that do? Identification. for government taxation and benefits. Look, it's going to be, so the MOTB, when you look at it in this standard, the MOTB is the SSN 2.0. Okay, it's everything 2.0. It's your ethical data 2.0. It's your payment system 2.0. It's your wallet. It's your personal doctor. It's your personal advisor. It's your personal accountant. So he's recreating a new system to track you, because this is how he tracked American citizens after the Great Depression, by giving everyone a number, and then he was able to follow you through that number. So how would he be able to follow you if you don't enter in your number? Well, if that number enters you, now he can know wherever you're at all times. And he's going to tell you, well, for you, we don't want you to get lost. We don't, you know, all the corny ass words of deception that he uses. Okay. Voluntary, mandatory for legal employment. And so did you know the SSN number is mandatory? Look at this. Voluntary, mandatory. The SSN number is mandatory for legal employment and taxation in Babylon. Look, the MOTB is voluntary for now, used by some companies or individuals for convenience. See? Data stored, personal identification, can store personal ID, ethical information, payment, buy or sell, payment. See that? Tracking abilities. There, you can track that. You can track you. If I want to find out where you are, all you have to do is look up the last place that you put your SSN number, all right, your social security number. But if you are putting it anywhere, then you might not be tracked. This is why he's gonna be able to track you at all times. Okay. So let me see what else I got here. So you can see this. You can actually see the comparison. But the biggest point I want to make is the fact that the SSN was created during the Great Depression to help fix the economic issues. Is Babylon going through economic issues right now? Absolutely. Okay, so what else do I got for you? Okay, let me see here. I just asked it, why was it created? Look, the SSN was created to track individuals, administrative tracking. See, well, we're going to track you for your workers' income, and we want to calculate your Social Security benefits fairly. See, so this guy, thank you, Yabashima Shai. War was in his heart. Let me get that. Is that Psalms 50 or 55? I keep saying 144. Call Allah Yabashima Shai. Smooth. What is it? Smooth butter. Was that Psalms 50 and 21 or 55? Let me grab that real quick. Psalms 55 and 21. Check this out. So we can wrap our heads around it, brothers. Now we understand how the MOTB system can be implemented. All right. Psalms 55 and 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter. So he's going to package this in a way. Did somebody say butter? They're going to be hungry. There's going to be a scarcity, unemployment. All right. So he's putting people in a predicament to beg. Okay, he wants you to beg him for this. And it makes sense when you think about the SNAP benefits, when you think about welfare, when you think about how the American people actually rely on their government, and not just their government, but their federal government, how their government is going to put these people in such a disarray and such a low poverty position that whatever he offers to fix it, they're going to be willing to accept it. And he's going to roll it all in one. Okay, and he's going to roll it all in one inside of you. But the elect is not going to take it. But the elect is being warned now. We now see ahead of the curve how the MOTB system is going to be implemented through economic issues, through the problems that Babylon is facing currently. And this is how he's going to attempt to so-called fix it. And this all took place during World War II. And doesn't the scripture say that there is a third woe? So the MOTB and the World War III is all going to culminate together. But the destruction from the third woe will not take place until there is a mandatory marking. Just like it was mandatory for you to get a Social Security number. Let's ask that. So we got that. It tells you that there's a greater depression coming. Was the SSN mandatory? Mandatory. Thank you, public schooling. It says, yes. He made it mandatory. Yes, and SSN is mandatory for certain situations in the U.S. No. Was the SSN made mandatory? Come on. Yes, it was made mandatory initially. See, initially the SS Act in 1935 didn't mandate the SSN for all individuals, but the Treasury Department, the Treasury Finance, issued regulations making them mandatory on November. So look at that. So you could see how the Motb, you can try to squeeze around it, but what he's going to do is create a system where you cannot operate unless you got it. This is why people speak about going off the grid. But then you're going to have Jacob's trouble. You're going to have war. You're going to have martial law. You're going to have Egyptian versus Egyptian. You're going to have neighbor against neighbor. You're going to have all types of things going on where you're not even going to be able to survive unless the Lord is with you, unless you're the elect, unless you are Hebrew Israelite elect. Okay? What was I going to ask? What was what? Oh, yeah. What does going off the grid mean? I'm going to show you. I know what it means. Going off the grid means disconnecting from public utilities and relying on self-generated resources for essential services like electricity, water, sanitation. When there was darkness in Egypt, was there not light in Goshen? When it was darkness in Egypt, was there not light in Goshen? Doesn't it tell us that we're going to be a pilgrim? So, hey, we're good. Okay, we got to run, duck, hide, move, pray, faith. We're good. Fire from a rock, water from a rock. We're going to be good. The crows fed Elijah. Habakkuk fed Daniel in the lion's den. So we're good. We don't have to fret. But the best part about it is we understand now how the Motb is going to be implemented. If somebody asks, say, well, I'll tell it to you like this. I'm speaking as a man, but our elders tell us to analyze. When you analyze what's going on, like what happened, what came out of it? A mandatory number. So when you look at this, you can see, a mandatory number. What is the mark? Here is him that have wisdom, 303 score and 6, or 603 score and 6. So there's a number. Okay, now getting a little excited. Let me put pilgrims in because I also want to. Let me go to 2nd Ezra 16 because what I also want to do is keep us uplifted. Keep us uplifted in the middle of it. Be ye as pilgrims. So let's keep that. Let's put be ye pilgrims. Okay. 2nd Ezra 16 and 40. Oh, my people, hear my word. Make you ready to thy battle. We're being built up, battle tested, ready for this battle that people are going to eat each other in. People are going to, do ill things to survive. Friends shall fight one another like enemies. Why? Because the storehouse is suddenly found empty. Let's go 10 chapters prior to 2nd Ezra 6. Okay? And in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth. Run! Right? He said, run. Now, 2nd Ezra 6 and 22, the tariffs. Did you know that there was tariffs during the Great Depression? And did you know the tariffs made the Depression worse? Let me get that. Okay, we're out of that. Did the Hawley tariff, no. Hawley, see right here, Hawley tariff make it worse. Let's see. The Smoot and Tariff Act enacted in 1930 worsened the Great Depression by triggering retaliatory tariffs from other nations. That's happening right now, drastically reducing global trade. So that scarcity, that's inflation, that's going to cause a day's wage, global trade, and deepening the economic downturn. Notice economic, tariff, buy and sell, put it together. This led to a significant decline in U.S. exports and imports, furthering impacting American farmers and businesses. Who owns the banks? Amalek. Amalek controls business panics. He controls and creates wars. It's all happening, brothers, but we have been given the insight. We see it. We can see it, man. This is more edification surrounding the Motb. Call halal abanawa Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai Bahashem Rakakwadash. And this was the first time I used AI. I asked AI about it. I can't remember what led me to questioning AI about, it was about the Depression and it was about Social Security numbers. Okay. So now let me see what else I can show you real quick. These never work for me. U.S. citizens have Social Security cards primarily to serve as official documentations, tracking earnings, buying, selling, administrative programs. See, you see that? So what can a false prophet camp with t-shirt fringes on tell you now? Okay. So then I asked, can the U.S. government, I said, can the U.S. government implement a mandatory mark? It says the U.S. government cannot right now implement a mandatory mark because it faces major constitutional, legal, and political issues. But if they cancel the Constitution, which it already is, and people lack the information to know about it, okay, and then you have the right political puppet leaders in charge, you can for damn certain make it mandatory, and we already have the prophecy to prove that he will. Now, when you go further into this, I don't know why it doesn't let me click it. I don't know why it doesn't let me click it. I don't know if I need to update my laptop, but they actually mention, oh, I did it over here. Let me show you. Let me show you. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Give me a second now. Let me get it together. Right here. Right here. Check this out. Could the U.S. government make a Motb mandatory? Now, look, it says it's highly unlikely because you ain't a prophet. You're a data eater, Allen Iverson. All you do is eat data and then give back a data-told response. Leave it to the prophets to foretell the future, okay? So now check this out. What is one of the reasons? Because of the First Amendment, which are going to cancel the Constitution. It really don't even exist today. Whatever. Religious freedoms. Many people would object on religious grounds, especially given the Motb concerns. A government must accommodate sincerely held religious beliefs because people don't want a government issue numbered put inside them, but that's what he's going to do to so-called fix this greater depression that is upon Babylon, okay? That's what he's going to do, and he's going to package it up very nicely. Psalms 55 and 21, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter. Remember that weirdo Edomite, the blousey that was eating that dry-ass French fries and hamburgers, talking about if you want to eat, you got to roll up your sleeve, put it together. He's telling you right in your face, if you want to eat, you got to get this. Now, just give me a second. My phone's about to die, so I won't be able to see the comment board. So let me just keep going. If the phone dies, it dies. It says, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. This is war, brothers. That's why it says, prepare ye, prepare. Okay? Prepare. Be prepared. Okay? I'll go back to the suddenly sown places found unsown, but we just read in 2 Ezra 16 how it says we got to be as pilgrims. Okay? While the rest of the people are going to want to keep their homes, keep their cars, keep their family, keep their loved ones, keep their possessions. All that shit is dumb to us. You know, we ain't thinking about it, okay? But they are going to conform so that they can keep a little bit of the crumbs that is falling off a master's table, okay? They're gonna lick the hand. So let's go back. Psalms 55 and 21, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. So he's getting ready to draw this, man, and they already got it drawn up. This is why they're using the same play. Why are we witnessing the same things that happened in the 1930s replicate themselves in 2020s? Okay, because it's happening. So watch that stock market crash. Watch all these things play out. You get the stock market crash. Let's actually ask that. Let me ask this. What caused the stock market to crash? What caused it? The crash was primarily caused by widespread speculation. Exodus 23, please. Exodus 23, please. Exodus 23. Okay. Exodus 23 and 2. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil. So widespread speculations are going to take place again. Your TikToks, your social media, your think tanks, your podcasts, your AIs, your deep fake. He's going to make these people panic. He's making people panic. This is what he's causing right now. He's putting out all this information that people's windows are darkened. They don't know where to go. Is this true? Should I go and take out my 401k? What do I do? I don't know. What is Bitcoin? Do I need a digital wallet? You got elderly, just like during the great, you got elderly trying to keep up right now. And they gave you a social security number to help the elderly, air quote, unquote. Okay. Follow not a multitude to do evil, because look, widespread speculation and unsustainable price increase in the market, tariffs fueled by easy credit right now, and a belief in continued prosperity. Like, did it say continued prosperity? Come on, did we all hear victuals? Let me get that. Victuals so cheap. Look at this. Look at this. Put this in real quick. Okay. Give me my apocrypha. 2 Ezra 16 and 21. Because food. Okay, let's show you. What does victual mean? Someone said, what do you mean victuals? What you mean victuals? Victual. Am I spelling that right? Victual. Okay, let's look that up. Victuals, food. See, food. Remember when they had the dollar burgers? Let me show you. Remember just last summer? Let me show you. $1 burger. Let me show you. Let's put burger. Let me show you. Wendy's is selling $1 burger. Why was Domino's giving out emergency pizzas? Okay. Sonic is offering a double smash burger for $1. April 2025. Look at this. Let me go down. Okay, look, dollar bacon. See? Because food was so cheap that what? Behold, food shall be so cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in a good case. And that's what was happening. Everyone thinking last year, oh, it's good. We can just get a burger. It's affordable. Everything's okay. But what was going on while they were thinking that? And even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. So you can see how everything played out to lead everyone to be right here. He got them nice and fat so that their ass depends on him for everything. People going to take the mark to drink Pepsi. It's not like you're going to get better food. This is just for you to continue to stay on the system that he provides unto you. See? This is why we'll be off the grid. Have no utility, have no electricity. We'll be self-sustaining. We'll have lights on in Goshen. Let me read that real quick. I keep saying that. Let's put Goshen. Is it Exodus 12? Let me see. Let me put let me see. I got my right here. Let me put let's just lights in, hold on. Lights in Goshen. This is where we were dwelling at. Okay, Exodus 12. The lights in Goshen refer to a significant event during the plagues of Egypt, as described in Exodus 10 and 23. While the land of Egypt was plunged into thick darkness, the children of Israel in Goshen experienced lights in their dwelling. See? So just because he cut you off from the grid doesn't mean that we still can't have lights as if we were on the grid, okay? Light by day, a pillar of light by night. Come on, man. So everything that he's going to use to the general public of people to hang over them, to make them bow down, we got the Lord for everything. We don't need you. We don't need you. But what we're showing is what's getting ready to happen in the future, okay? So you can expect a new system digitally that will fix the current economic downturn that Babylon is facing currently, okay? So let me see what else I got for you. So we got that. Victuals so cheap. We got that. Let's keep going. Okay, the enterprise, we've got that. I'm just trying to give you everything that I was looking up. Yep, track you. Okay, so yet again, okay, you had the Great Depression took place because speculation of buying and selling. So then people traded, they sold, and it caused a stock market to crash. Then when the stock market crashed, it caused widespread unemployment, it caused bank failures, and it also increased poverty. Those things are taking place right now. Widespread unemployment, layoffs, businesses are closing. Someone would have to say, damn, I think something's getting ready to happen to the American economy, because why are all these businesses buying out? Why are they not cashing in? Why are they not investing in Babylon? Instead, they're like leaving the country. What's going on? Maybe I should watch that movie, Leave the World Behind. What world? The world of Babylon. Wow, was that a message? Maybe the elite was giving it a message to the rest of the elites, like, hey, nigga, you better get out now because I'm leaving. Who made the movie? The weird-ass Obama administration. Okay, let's keep going. First deal, right? So they're going to come in. We will fix this. The American people, I told you, will be better than ever. Yeah, right. What do you say? I was elected to lead, not to read. The committee, economic, buy and sell, is formed to study solutions. So then they're going to come out with a solution. They're going to say, we have a solution to fix this issue with the economy. And how are they going to fix it? Bada bing, bada boom, with a secure social act. They're gonna implement something for the social, the world, the people, that will be secure for you to be able to remain on this system, and that will be the Motb. Revelations 13 and 16, was the SSN mandatory? Yes. Will the Motb be mandatory? Yes. And Esau, Edom, Amalek, right? Elites, and he causes everybody. Remember, they use the elderly to implement the SSN. We got to help the elderly, the sick, the unfortunate, whatever how he's going to word it. And he calls us all, both small and great, children, adults, old, since we're speaking about elderly, right? Let me show you. Did you know he used elderly to push the Social Security card? Right here, right here. What's his word great mean? What's his word great mean? Great, where it look, old, age. And then when you go back, they claim that they use this to help elderly. Where is it? Where is it? No, not that. Where is it? Let me just put let me see. Right here, what's this? Right here. Establishing pension. It's right here. Oh, look. Long-term concerns of poverty and dependency and old age. Boom. Old and young, small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. See? He's going to implement something. All right? Digitally now. And he calls us all, both small and great, little, infant, toddler, teen, age, adult, elderly, rich, and poor. Everybody's going to be poor, free, and bond to receive a MARK in their right hand or in their forehead. See? So what? That no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark. So you're going to have this mark to be upon this new system that he's going to implement to fix or throw away this old system that's happening right now. So he's going to say, the way we've been running things, this is why the Great Depression is happening again. But we have a new system that will eliminate this forever happening again in the future. But we need everyone to comply. We need everyone on board. We need everyone to have a government-issued number, okay? We want everyone to have a government-issued number. So there you go, man. You know, there you go. And then they right here, well, after we left camp, going into the SSN, they literally did a article saying your SSN will go digital. I said, that's the Holy Spirit, because we had that information the night before. Okay, let me see if I can show you this. Check this out. This proves that Yahweh B'Shem Shai is inspiring us. Okay. So where the hell is it? I guess I could. Oh, right here. Look, right here. Your SS card could become digital. This just came out today. We posted this information the night before. See that? 1 day ago. The Great Depression equaled the Great Reset. Maybe 1 day ago. Then now they uploaded it today. Let's actually click and see what the date is. So yesterday was the 3rd. They did okay. Oh wow, yes. So we had uploaded it the 2nd and spoke about it at camp on the 3rd. Then after camp, they gave this article. So that proves the Lord has given us this information, because it says, let me get that in Amos 3. Okay, this is a secret, brothers, and we got it. We got it, man. Okay, and it's going to cover everything across the board. Ethical, all right, pestilence, famine, identity, money, everything is going to be rolled into it, just like your cell phone. Before, you used to have a camera, you used to have a recorder, you used to have an iPod, you used to have a Walkman, a CD player. Now your phone replaced all those devices. So now this mark is going to place all those identificationers, all those identification cues that you need to be in the system. Amos 3:7, surely the Lord power will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets. So call Allah Yahweh B'Shem Shai, B'Shem HaKakwadash. The Lord is revealing unto us how this system is going to play out, okay? How this system is going to play out so you can see it. So I just want to say yet again, during the Great Depression, all right, you had economic woes, scarcity, lack of bread, the second war taking place, the financial issues, unemployment, and now you're witnessing all that yet again, and it's only going to heighten because they're getting ready to run out of stock. However, they're going to try to fix it. It don't matter if they say peace and safety. Things are going to happen, and they're going to have to come up with a new system to bring people back to trust in the economic system that Babylon will provide for the world. Okay, so you got to expect the Motb system to be implemented after we start seeing more tribulation upon Babylon economically, socially, okay, according to inventory. All right, that's why I said suddenly they should be found empty. 2nd Ezra 6, starting at 22, if I'm not mistaken. So we're months away. We're months away from him implementing a mark to fix the current situation that Babylon is going through now. So now you can understand how the mark will be implemented. It's going to be implemented to fix the economic downturn that Babylon is facing collectively as the rest of the world. Because I got to say real quick, what happens to Babylon affects the rest of the world. During the Great Depression, that affected the rest of the world. It affected the rest of the world. So that is how it's going to play out. Okay, we're going to watch and we're going to wait and we're going to see. He's got to implement a new system and it's going to be digital. And what is he going to give you so that you can now partake in this system as well? An app, then a chip. See, he gave you a SSN. So now it's going to be an MOTB. So I'm going to leave it there. We're going to watch, we're going to wait, and we're going to see how it plays out. But we can see, following the same playbook, how this could come out in this fashion. So we're going to see. We're going to wait and we're going to see. Okay, we're going to wait and we're going to see how it plays out. So I just want to say, Call Halal, Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone that do well. I truly pray that this lesson was edifying, encouraging, and enlightening. All right, to wrap our head around more about this prophecy and how this prophecy could play out. Okay, so with that being said, Shalom.